It's your boy eBay Fight Predictions in the building, and we're back. I just got back from Eritrea. Just took care of my business over there. Did my father's funeral. But yeah, we're back, baby. We're back. Took a long extended break, about maybe 26 days we did. But yeah, man, or not, that's not true. 25 days. But yeah, man, I'm doing the Strickland versus Magomedov full card predictions. Really good card. I love this card. I completely forgot Kevin Lee was on this card, so you guys already know it's going to be a banger. But yeah, man, I didn't get to really watch the Topuria Emmett fight night the entirety. I saw some fights. I saw obviously the GOAT Brendan Allen. I saw my dog Brendan do his thing. What else did I miss? Obviously, I think I'll do a video called Everything I Missed in My Trip to Eritrea. So, because, when you're back over there's no internet or Wi-Fi. So, like, I was completely shocked when I saw Marvin Vettori get whooped by Jared Kinner just recently. So, I'll talk about that. And obviously, all the crazy fight announcements. I was like, yo, 10 days, I'm gone. And you guys want to just go crazy. But, hey, it is what it is. But yeah, so I have a video like that coming out probably this week. What else? Obviously, breakdowns will be coming out. And yeah, Topuria. That's what I want to talk. Topuria looks amazing. I saw that fight. Just great distance management, good boxing. Showed some wrestling near the end. Only thing I don't like about Topuria is that he's just too boxing centric for a sport called MMA. Obviously, having good boxing isn't bad. I'm not saying it is, but I want him to utilize all his skill sets and he did. He used the calf kick. I don't want to say he didn't, but guys like Yair and even in the matchup against Edson Barboza will kick him to death if he does that, if he's too flat-footed. So you even saw like Bryce Mitchell had some success in the striking when he started throwing kicks. The only reason why Josh Emmett got destroyed like this because he decided to box with Topuria, which I'm starting to figure out Topuria might be the best boxer at MMA. Mr. Max Holloway, we're coming, right, baby? We're coming. But besides that, though, we'll talk about the other stuff. But yeah, let's get into this card, man. We start off this card with a banger, in my humble opinion. The return of Guram Kutateladze. And I'm sorry if I sound a little stuffy. I am a little sick. Turkish Airlines fucking sucks, by the way. But whatever. Versus Elvis Brenner. This good fight right here. Elvis obviously coming off a career win against Zubair Tukhugov. Really good win for him. Obviously, Guram Kutateladze. Biggest issue I have with him, he gets injured a whole bunch. And I think he's one of the better lightweights in the world, actually. He's actually a top 10 lightweight, in my humble opinion, for his skill set. Does have a win over Matsu Gamrot. Close fight. I thought Gamrot edged it, but my God, did he perform really well against Gamrot, and he gave Gamrot hell. So yeah. His last loss was against Damir. Very close fight. I thought that could have went to Guram if he just made some better decisions in that fight. Obviously, just some tactical errors, but I mean, Damir did his thing. So yeah, man, really cool matchup here. Obviously, I gotta go with Guram Kutateladze here, probably by decision. Elvis Brenner seems somewhat tough, but I'm gonna take Kutateladze by decision. Obviously, if this is in my humble opinion, an active Kutateladze, I think he probably finishes his cat, but I think because that he's been on a bit of a layoff. He's done 11 months, right? And even between that, it was 2 years, for his Gamrot fight. So you can just see there's these big layoffs for him. So obviously the guy trains super hard, so I just think he is getting injured. But yeah, man. Basically, my main point is that I think skill for skill, he should win this fight no matter what, even if he's, a little, how do I say, what's the word? A little, not gunshot. What's the word? A little rusty. Yeah, I was like, I was losing my brain. Yeah, I am obviously a little rusty since I haven't made a video in a very long time. So, please be nice. But yeah, I mean, obviously, both have the same reach. I mean, Guram's a little taller. Yeah, I think Guram Kutateladze is just a better fighter. He's an amazing fighter, by the way. Next fight, the people's main event, Alexandr Romanov versus Blagoy Ivanov. The battle of the wrestlers. Obviously, we're gonna see if Sambo can, I guess they're both Sambo guys. Actually, we'll see who has the better Sambo out of the two. But I'm rocking with Blagoy Ivanov here. Ivanov obviously is a little older, but he's had better performances against higher level competition. I know he's coming off a loss to Tybura, but no shame in that. Tybura is pretty good. I don't think there's no shame. Romanov has just looked awful. He just looked horrible against Volkov. I've just, you know, you give him these kind of cans like Chase Sherman, no disrespect, Jared Vandera, and even Juan Espino was whooping his ass. But you give him those kind of guys, he can ragdoll and don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that. And obviously, when you know, they do have a common opponent in Marcos Ruggiero de Lima. Romanov finished him, good on him on that. And obviously, you know, some people felt like Lima beat Ivanov when they fought. So there's that aspect to it. But I mean, I think Marcos Ruggiero de Lima has gotten a lot better since that Romanov fight. So yeah, there's that aspect. But I just think stylistically, and de Lima is more of a grappler, or not a grappler, more of a striker. I mean, he's a balanced wolf. I'm not gonna say he's either side, but my main point is that styles make fights, and this is a completely different stylistic matchup. I think if Romanov can't get this to the ground, he's fucked. Ivanov has showed that he can kind of strike a little bit. He's tough as fuck. I don't think Romanov is as tough as Ivanov. I think Romanov has some quit in him, and I think Ivanov beats him. I'm gonna take Ivanov by decision here. Probably gonna be a slow, sloppy, heavyweight kind of fight, but hey, what can you expect? you can't expect too much from these guys, you know. Next fight, Joanderson Brito versus Westin Wilson. In my humble opinion, a bit of a mismatch here. No disrespect to Westin Wilson, but you know, he kind of chases. Decent fighter, long guy for the division, obviously. But he chases. He doesn't cut off the cage. He kind of chases guys. He puts pressure, and that just leads to those, you know, knockout shots that can come. All right, he got knocked out by Tataru Ishihara, however you say that guy's name, but he was chasing him, and he got caught with a beautiful shot. And that's the problem with Joanderson Brito has shown that he has that overhand ability to really knock guys the fuck out. You saw what he did to Andre Fili. He looked great against Lucas Alexandr. So I think Joanderson Brito has him beaten the power. And if he wants to take this to the ground, I think he beats them there too. I'm going to be taking Joanderson Brito by club and sub in the second round. I think he gets the submission after knocking down Westin Wilson in the second round. So it could be a good fight. Obviously, some things, you know, obviously Westin Wilson's the taller guy, but you know, tall man defense sometimes isn't the greatest defense. So yeah, I'm taking Joanderson Brito by second round sub, but by knocking him down. Next fight, Ivana Petrović versus Luana Carolina. The return of Luana Carolina. Good fight here, for, I guess, female MMA. I'm gonna be nice today, y'all. I'm gonna be very nice. I'm not gonna diss nobody. I'm gonna be taking Ivana Petrović. I think Luana Carolina, she had her moments last year or 2 years ago where she kind of was winning some fights. But I think she's kind of been figured out. She's tall, long, lanky, uses the clinch very well. I give her that. She's effective at doing that, but I just think against Ivana Petrović, I don't think it's just going to work. I think she's going to get outclassed everywhere. This girl has really good Muay Thai, and if Luana can't get this to the ground, I think she's kind of, you know, she's not in a good situation. I'll just say it like that. So I'm taking Ivana Petrović because you already know it's a female fight. I gotta go with decision. You already know. Come on, y'all. If y'all ain't watched eBay long enough, you already know where I'm going. Next fight, Yana Santos, I was gonna call her Kutz's guy, versus Karol Rosa at featherweight. This is a good fight here. Karol Rosa, she's had moments where, is she gonna be a good fighter? She ends up kind of letting people down. Yana Santos, I mean, she's had decent fights, but we kind of know her ceiling. she's a good clinch fighter, and that's pretty much it. She lost to Holly Holm and Ariane Aldana. No shame in those losses, though. Karol Rosa hasn't fought the level of competition with Yana Santos, but at the same time, I think the ceiling is a little higher for Karol Rosa. I think she can be good if she effectively wrestles, gets these fights to the ground, uses her striking to transition into her wrestling and obviously her jiu-jitsu after that. But Yana's more of a legitimate featherweight, but I'm going to have to take Karol Rosa. I just think she's a little more skilled than her. I think it's going to be somewhat of a competitive fight in the first round, but I think Rosa should take over late with heavy grappling and I guess better striking, just to be honest. But yeah, Rosa by decision. You already know. It's eBay, baby. Oh, man. Female fights go to decision no matter what. I don't care who you are. And eBay's main event, eBay's favorite fight of the whole night, Kevin the Motown Phenom Lee versus Renat Fernakhan, or however you say this guy's name. All I know is Kevin Lee is going to teach this cat some respect. Tough fight for Kevin Lee, honestly speaking. If I wasn't a huge Kevin Lee fanboy, I would probably be saying Kevin Lee is signed his release from the UFC. But Kevin can win this fight. I do believe that. Renat, I mean, he's fought a lot of cans before getting into the UFC. Kevin has fought a different level of competition. And even Kevin accepting this fight in itself just shows you what kind of mentality this kid has. He's not scared of no one, and he's ready to fight anybody. Kevin's coming off probably one of the worst performances in terms of winning in his career against Diego Sanchez, but he did have one leg, so let's be fair there. Renat looked amazing. And also, I will say, Renat has performed well in his UFC run, and he does have some decent UFC wins, Brian Battle, Andres Michailidis, and then Eric Spicely. I wasn't in the UFC, but Eric Spicely's a UFC fighter. So yeah, obviously those are things, but I mean, in terms of length, Kevin's the longer fighter. And obviously, I don't want to put this into perspective, but Kevin has had a religious change. He is converted to Islam. Obviously, I'm a Christian man. I'm just going to say, well, I'm not a Christian man. More Orthodox Christian, but still, same thing. In my humble opinion, I'm not too big on religion, but I do respect it. And I see that, a lot of these guys that do convert to Islam, they become more dedicated to the game, more disciplined, more focused. And I've always felt like Kevin Lee's lacked that. I've always felt like Kevin, he's never had true focus. He's also just had a child recently. And obviously, I'm not going to say that, because he had a child, he's going to have a power boost. But it just puts into perspective what Kevin has undergone, and he's not the same guy that fought Dan Rodriguez, a while back. In my humble opinion, he's not that guy. He's not that same guy that, in my humble opinion, fought Charles Oliveira. He's just not. He's a different guy, and he's coming in there. He's been training at Sanford MMA with great training partners. I'm gonna be rooting hard for Kevin. It's a tough fight. Do I think Kevin can win this? Yeah, I do. I think if you can stuff the wrestling and make this a striking fight, it's going to be an honest dog fight. Do I think Renat can out wrestle him late? Maybe, but I'm gonna stick with the belief that Kevin has improved, and I think he's gonna have a career performance. He's never had a win at welterweight, and he's never had that performance. And I've waited for him to finally get that welterweight performance, that Edson Barboza-like performance where he just dogs the dude out. That's who Kevin Lee is. He's obviously the Gary Gillespie knockout is awesome, but that's not who he is. He is a dog. He is a grinder. He's a guy that's going to put it on you, put you on your back, slam you over and over again. So, if Kevin can get back to that form, it'll be awesome. It's a tough fight. Obviously, I'm a little biased here. I'm rocking with Kevin Lee by decision. It's the dog pick of the week. It's the return of the Motown, baby. We're back. We're back, man. We was down. Now we up, man. So yeah, I'm rocking with Kevin by decision. Next fight. Oh man, Norsan Rubel versus Bruno Ferreira. I guess Bruno Ferreira's fight with Abdulrazak Hassan got canceled, so I'm just assuming that. Good, honest fight here. Ferreira had an amazing performance against Gregory Rodriguez, but obviously I do think that is not a definitive representation of his skill level. He landed a beautiful shot, and Greg Gillespie, I keep calling Gillespie. Greg Rodriguez fought like a complete idiot and should have took that fight to the ground. But you know, it's Rodriguez, so what can you expect? But one thing I do know is Nuristan is obviously going to take this fight to the ground, and Ferreira hasn't really shown us a legitimate true ground game. He's decent on the feet, but he's more power related. He hits hard, but I think Nuristan, if he gets to the ground, he dominates. Obviously, he's fought a lot of cans. I'm not gonna lie, nothing impressive, but he's shown an impressive submission game and obviously grappling game. And yeah, I'm gonna be rocking with Nuristan Ruziboev probably by late submission in the 3rd round. So that's gonna be my pick. Bruno Ferreira, I just don't see it, man. He's decent, but he hits hard. I get that, but in terms, besides that, I don't. He's not that good of a striker. In terms of skill, just a technical strike. He's not that guy. So, I think if Nuristan can get to the ground, I think he wins actually. Next fight, awesome fight here, really phenomenal fight. Benoit Saint-Denis versus Ismael Bonfim. Bonfim just coming off that destruction of Terrence McKinney, and obviously Benoit Saint-Denis. We know how good that guy is. Obviously his welterweight debut did not go to plan against Zaleski dos Santos, but obviously he's not a true welterweight. He's had 2 incredible performances against Nicholas Stoltz and Gabriel Miranda at lightweight, so it's interesting. Obviously Ismael Bonfim's really good. I do like the guy. Good distance management, good wrestling, and obviously knockout power. And what he did to fucking Terrence McKinney was just was kind of crazy. But I think that's Terrence McKinney, and we kind of overrated him because of some good performances. Good performance against Drew Dober. I think Benoit Saint-Denis wins this fight by decision. I think that just the wrestling will be a little too much for Ismael Bonfim. Obviously, Bonfim's going to have to try to get the knockout here and try to outstrike Benoit, but I just think Benoit's the better grappler out of the 2. It's going to be a good fight, but I'm rocking with Benoit Saint-Denis. A bit of a dog pick, but obviously Benoit's going to have the reach advantage. He's the taller guy. He's the bigger guy. Bonfim's obviously going to be the more, I would say, faster guy on the feet. And he can defend takedowns. It's not like he can't, but and he can go for his own takedowns, but and he has a better record, 19-3 compared to 10-1. But I'm rocking with Benoit Saint-Denis. I think he wins this fight. I really do. So that's my pick there. Next fight, Irene Lipski versus Melissa Gatto, my bad. I gotta rock with Gatto. I think Gatto's just the more precise striker, the more harder hitter out of the 2. I like Irene Lipski. She's a tough girl, but I gotta rock with Gatto here by decision, and she gets it done. So that's the eBay pick of the night. By decision, baby. You already know. Next fight, good fight here. Max Griffin versus Michael Morales. We haven't seen Michael Morales in a minute. It's almost, I think it's been a year, right? Has it been a year? Oh, it's only been 10 months. So close to a year. But Michael Morales is tall, athletic, long, and lanky, but I do think there is, he's young, so there's still a lot of things he has time to learn, and a lot of things he can learn, and just some things he has to work on in terms of his game. But Morales, he did not look that great against Adam Fuja. I actually thought, what's the Canadian kid's name that fought Fuja just recently? Oh, I forgot his name. From Alpha Male. He had an amazing performance at UFC 289. What is his name? I forgot. I don't know how I forgot that guy's name. He's actually really good. But he completely destroyed Adam Fuja. Michael Morales had some problems with Fuja, but eventually he ended up knocking him out. So good on him there. Obviously, he has to knock over Trevor Giles, and I just think Trevor Giles isn't that good at welterweight like he used to be at middleweight. So yeah, it's a tough fight. Max Griffin coming off a win over Tim Means. Last loss to Neil Magny looked pretty good, and he went on a pretty good run against Carlos Condit, Kenan Song, and then Ramiz Rahimaj, Ed's boy. But here's the point. I think Michael Morales is the better, has the bigger ceiling out of the 2. I'll say that. Obviously wrestling wise and just based on skill, and not I wouldn't just say skill. wrestling resume. Obviously, Michael Morales has a way better wrestling resume than Max Griffin. Max Griffin's just a pure MMA fighter. Michael Morales is a pretty good wrestler, and obviously super athletic. Griffin's athletic too, to his own right, and he's tough. But I'm gonna be rocking with Michael Morales by decision. It's gonna be a tough fight. Wouldn't be surprised if Max Griffin just beats this kid, because obviously youth does play a factor, experience, all that, and Max Griffin has a ton of that. So that is valuable in this fight. But I just think athletically and just who's the better fighter, I have to rock with Michael Morales here. Next fight, great fight. Co-main event breakdown coming out pretty soon. Damir Ismagulov versus Grant Dawson. The return of Damir Ismagulov. My guy Damir, man. The dog, the homie, the goat. He let us down against Arman. Hey, it is what it is. You can't do nothing about it. But I'm gonna be rocking with Mr. Damir here. I think Damir can stuff the takedowns. I think Grant Dawson's a good wrestler, don't get it twisted. And he's shown that in his last fight. An amazing performance, by the way, against an Olympian, Mark Madsen. He was able to get the win there. But Mark Madsen has shown that his wrestling has never truly translated greatly to MMA, and that's just what it is. Damir Ismagulov has an incredible resume. Has beat Guram, Kutateladze, Rafael Alves, Thiago Moises, Joel Alvarez. These are the guys he's beaten. He lost Arman Sarukin. I think he was partially injured in that fight. Don't want to make any excuses. Just like, even though I just did. But besides that, and obviously we've seen Grant Dawson have some suspect moments, like Ricky Glenn. We saw that. I'll go more in depth in the breakdown. But yeah, in terms of the stats, man, obviously Damir has the reach advantage. They're the same height, but the reach advantage, and he has more fights. I would say he has the better record and has fought the better guys. So I'm taking Damir by decision. I could see Grant Dawson. I could see it maybe first time Damir knockout, but I'm rocking with Ismagulov by decision here. It's gonna be a really good fight. And in the main event, Sean Strickland versus Abus Magomedov. I will also have a breakdown on this. This is a tough fight to kind of break down on the low, because I think stylistically, Abus can actually kind of win this fight. He hits hard, he's long, he's lanky, and we've seen what Alex Pierre did to Sean Strickland. We saw what Lipski dos Santos did to Sean Strickland. So those are the kind of types of fighters that give Sean Strickland problems, but I don't think Abus is that kind of guy. I just don't. I don't think he's that guy. He's looked good, don't get it twisted, but obviously he's had PFL, blunders, right? The Lewis Taylor KO. Obviously, I don't think Sean Strickland's going to knock him out, but I do think Sean's going to give him some problems. He's going to put some pace on him. He's going to put some pressure. And Sean's weird. He's a weird fighter. He's a weird striker. And for some odd reason, he messes with guys, and it fucks guys up. I think Sean has fought a different level of competition than Magomedov has ever fought. And just, when we talk about their resume, you just have to respect Sean Strickland's resume. He has wins over Brendan Allen, which has aged incredibly well for him, incredibly well. Jack Hermanson, just recently Nasruddin Mayov, which is a really good one for him. I thought he beat Jared Cannonier when they fought. Uriah Hall, like these kind of guys. He's fought some good guys, and his resume is starting to stack up. So Sean's legit. I think Sean wins this by decision. So yeah, I would not be more happier in my life if Magomedov got the KO. I'm telling you right now, if there's ever been a fight I want to be wrong about, is this one. So I can just troll the Sean Strickland fans that love talking about how Strickland knocked out Brendan Allen, and I would never have to see that goddamn KO be repeated over and over again. I would love to see Magomedov just send this dude to the shadow room like Alex Pierre did. But even though I'm not the biggest fan of Strickland, I can realize the guy is somewhat talented at fighting. And it's weird. It's weird what he does to guys, but some way, somehow he freezes guys. In my humble opinion, I think Nasruddin Mayov is a way better striker than Sean Strickland technically. I just do. But Strickland froze him in there and just outworked him, and he won the fight. So respect to Strickland there. So I'm rocking with Strickland by decision. And yeah, that's my full card predictions. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm back, y'all. Obviously, I appreciate everything that everyone said. you know, during that time when, you know, I was pretty low, dealing with my father's death. But hey, it is what it is. You know, my dad wouldn't want me moping around about it. So, you know, gotta get back to work. No more crying. But yeah, appreciate you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's get this eBay Fight Prediction Nation growing, and your boy's back, baby. Your boy is back. So hope you guys enjoyed it.